Hello, everyone. Well, Chris Matthews was race baiting again the other day, as that's all this moron does anymore, this time with respect to the election results. Anyway, while doing so, he said, quote, "I'm so glad we had that storm the other day." Now, referring to Hurricane Sandy, Matthews said the storm brought in possibilities for good politics. So I guess all those men, women, and children that lost their homes and the 113 people that lost their lives was all worth it to Chris Matthews to get another tingle up his leg. And if 113 people died for the possibilities of good politics, then why doesn't this moron use those good politics himself instead of constantly race baiting? Look, Chris Matthews is no longer saying hateful and insensitive things by sporadic slips of the tongue anymore. These kind of thoughts have been boiling over in that big head of his for quite some time now, and used to just come out once in a while. Now, every time he opens up that big, slobbery, wet mouth of his, this is the kind of message that is intentionally delivered. MSNBC has gradually allowed this to grow to the point where Matthews knows he's allowed to get away with it. Yes, Matthews is now saying these kind of hateful things intentionally just to piss off those on the right. Now, is Matthews still glad the United States was hit with this hurricane? Absolutely. Absolutely he is. I think Matthews is full of rage and hate. I think he loves seeing destruction. With respect to the election results, I think Matthews believes that somehow the hurricane was good for Democrats and Obama as far as it being, quote, good for politics. But most of all, it gave Matthews the chance to smile on national television and say that he was glad that it hit. I mean, listen, this is a moron who still believes or just wants you to believe that a YouTube video is to blame on the deaths of 4 Americans in Benghazi. This is a moron who believes or just wants you to believe that Republicans got someone to run against Obama not because of Obama's track record or policies, but because he is black. Now, as hard as this might be, I challenge you. Try watching this moron for a few minutes sometime. I mean, I applaud you if you can even make it through a few minutes because there's so much diarrhea of the mouth coming out at such a fast rate that he just doesn't even make any sense at all. Either nobody ever notices this or nobody ever cares. Then again, I mean, I guess it could be because nobody ever watches his programs anymore, and this is one of the very reasons why. I mean, he is so incoherent, as if something isn't right in that big head of his. He spits and slobbers all over the place, talking a bunch of drivel. And since no one understands what the hell he's talking about, they all just think they're not intelligent enough to understand what he's actually saying. As if he's talking too intellectually for their own good. But I'm telling you all, it's that he's just not making any sense. I mean, with only just a few seconds, Matthews went from talking about some assault on Barack Obama because he's black to being thankful for the hurricane. Nobody even noticed that he was also playing the race card because it was such drivel. The very few people that are watching this program are just thinking that he's more intelligent than they are, and that's why they don't understand him. 113 men, women, and children in America were killed by the superstorm, and the damage is estimated to be at about $50 billion. Many people lost their homes, and millions are freezing their asses off because they still don't have any power. This could be the second natural disaster in America after Hurricane Katrina, and Chris Matthews is glad for this. As for all his misinformation, I don't know if Chris Matthews actually believes all the garbage that he spits out or just wants his viewers to believe it, but because of all these Obama news networks like MSNBC and the people that run them, there are so many misinformed or uninformed people in this country.